Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Aries? The World at the foundation and the Hermit at the sacral. Aries, this is right on target with what I was picking up for you. There's obviously a lot going on in the world. There has been for quite some time, but there's been a ramping up of what we're seeing all around us with what is unfolding in our own individual lives, as well as what we are witnessing on the world stage. This is a test, Aries, for not only you, for all of us. Right now, our courage and strength is being tested. Are we going to fold to what we're undertaking in our own individual lives and just give it up, or are we going to keep pushing forward? We are all on the precipice of major change in our lives, and we're getting ready to step through a new portal onto another timeline. It's as if there's some sort of rapture taking place, metaphorically speaking. Think of the rapture as a metaphor for change. Those who get it and keep pushing forward step into this new timeline. Aries, there's an energy here where I feel you are going to be put out in front in your communities, in your family, in your work environments, in your career, however it makes sense and shows up for you. But it's an energy where you're going to be put in charge because you're the right person for the position, for the job. You're the right person to make the decisions because you didn't fold, because you held the line, because you understand what it means to be an Aries. You are the first sign of the zodiac, so you are technically on the front line. You're the one that kicks the door open for the rest of us. So the way you're going to be tested, Aries, is with an energy that wants to disempower you. And this energy is going to show up to where it tries to get you to self-sabotage. This energy could be planting seeds in your mind to make you think that you don't have what it takes to pull off whatever it is you're trying to pull off. Each zodiac sign will be attacked with the opposite polarity, essentially the shadow aspect of who you really are. So this is how they come for you, Aries. They want to take your power away from you. This is why, more than ever, right now, not next year, not next month, not tomorrow, but right now, Aries, you need to get into this hermit energy as a means to stay very focused on your path. You keep pushing forward in power, and I'm getting a different kind of energy from the hermit right now. It's more of going into hermit mode, mentally speaking. So you're just very forward focused and you're not letting the outside world disrupt you. It's an energy of running through the chaos, full steam ahead. Nothing can knock you off path. It's as if your inner compass is so protected by spirit and the divine, you just charge through whatever is put on your path. But as we know, hermit energy is when you go into a form of isolation. It's an energy of solitude. But this is the energy that you're harnessing with your mind. You're just not allowing anything to seep in right now, Aries. It's like you have this protective dome around your auric field. I just heard batten down the hatches, which is interesting because I live in Southern California and we're preparing for this hurricane to hit. And earlier today, I was doing just that. I was practically battening down the hatches on my house because I was thinking about how Southern California has never experienced a hurricane of this magnitude really in our lifetimes. Apparently, we haven't had one to this degree in around 100 years. So when you think about it, the infrastructure all around us has never been tested by a hurricane of this magnitude. This is all metaphor for what is going on in your life, Aries. It's like there's this hurricane, energetically speaking, that is trying to come into your life. And it's going to be in the form of people, events, situations in your own individual life and on a collective scale. What's happening on a collective scale, I feel, is to make us fearful of moving forward. They want us to think that we don't know what's coming for us, but that's the thing, Aries. We do know exactly what's coming for us. You do know exactly what's coming for you because you've had a vision of it. The distractions want to take that vision away from you, take that true heart's desire away from you. But I promise you, Aries, that the chaos all around you is an indication of what you are about to accomplish in your life. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Lovers at the solar plexus, Gemini energy. This is an energy of alignment, Aries. Goes along exactly with what I'm picking up here for you. It's an energy of you coming into union and balance with your purpose, on path to fulfilling your destiny. However this is showing up for you, this can't be stopped. I don't care what is happening around you or on the world stage, Aries. The path is being cleared for you. I just heard so clearly, the seas are being parted for you to get to the other side. And I feel that this is a metaphor for the protection you have around you. I also just heard, Aries, that the divine is only going to protect those who hold the vision. We've all been preparing for this massive change to unfold, and it's unfolding right now, right in this very moment. The wheel is turning, the gears are turning. There's no more time for self-doubt, Aries. You need to stand up and start marching towards this vision that you have for yourself and your life. You are going to be one of the individuals that helps build the new tomorrow. A lot of you who aren't in relationships are moving towards this divine union. It's all a part of this new timeline. See, to make it to the new timeline, we all have to raise our vibration, not only individually speaking, but also collectively. We each hold an incremental position in the shifting of the collective vibration. It's as if there's nothing left for us on this old timeline. That's why a lot of our unions have been held up until the new timeline. We have to align and calibrate with the soul connections. See, when you're going through an ascension, which is what we're going through right now, Aries, your vibration is raising. So the individuals you come across right now, you're going to quickly outgrow, spiritually speaking, energetically speaking. So it doesn't make any sense to come into union in this moment. In fact, one could argue that that could be a false union, a distractive energy sent onto your path to stop you from stepping into the ship, is what I just heard so clearly, and ascending into this new timeline with the rest of the collective. There's a distracting energy trying to come onto your path to stop your movement forward. Again, Aries, you need to follow your inner guidance. Hermit mode, but not physically, it's mental, right? You're just not allowing anything in, but it's like you're charging forward. I'm just seeing a warrior on a field, charging through absolute chaos, completely forward-focused, untouchable. No matter what arrows are thrown at you, the divine is with you, allowing you to weave around the distractions, the chaos, the attacks. What do we have at the heart, please? Hangman. We're going to take that as a reversal at the heart. Pisces energy. You see, Aries, there's this energy that wants to victimize you, so you are indecisive on your path. You remain stuck. You're too focused on what happened to you, right? Victim mentality. See, victimization is also a form of self-sabotage, even though it's based off of something that's happened to us, a projection. It's a weapon that the enemy uses against us to get us to become disempowered and lose our focus, lose that vision, dissolve our connection and guidance from source, step off path, and entertain these distracting energies. And then before we know it, the ship is gone. We've missed the boat, so to speak. We've missed the mark. There's no time for any of this anymore. Any individuals who are bringing this energy on your path need to be left behind. Because if you don't, Aries, you'll find yourself stuck with them on this old timeline. The toxic relationships, friendships, family dynamics. The divine is no longer tolerating you entertaining these energies. You've had enough time to get it together and move forward. You've been given the messages. You've been given the signs. You've been given the synchronicities. And we've been channeling this message through, this energy through, in all the zodiac readings since Venus hit retrograde. The Venus retrograde brought with it exactly what I knew it would. It's an energy of now or never. If you're not going to do it now, you never will. And the divine mothership, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, on basically you stepping into this new timeline or not, is closing up ship. The bridge is raising up. You basically have another week, Aries, until Venus comes out of retrograde. And after that, whatever energy you're in right now, you will be solidified in. So make sure that that's exactly where you want to be. Make sure that you're comfortable giving up on that vision, that dream. As an Aries, you hold a decoration of bravery and courage. Is that something you're prepared to relinquish, Aries? Or are you going to stand up for yourself and fight for your happiness, fight for your dreams, fight for what's yours? What do we have at the throat, please? Wow. 7 of Wands. Leo energy. Fight for what's yours is exactly right, Aries. We're right on target with this reading. This is an energy of you fighting for your rights, fighting for your life, taking a stand and battling up against these energies. You're not folding. You're not giving up. You are not in a disadvantaged position. They want you to think you are. They want you to think that you can't pull this off. This is why, hermit of the mind, shut it all out. The only connection you need to be focused on right now, Aries, is your connection with Source. In fact, it should be clearer than ever right now. You need to shut out the outside world as a means to charge forward. Chaos and the distractions all around us, again, should be an indication to you that we are all getting ready to evacuate this current timeline. If you keep charging forward, Aries, 6 months to a year down the line, you're going to look back at this time and it's going to feel like another lifetime. It's going to feel like a bad dream. That's what jumping timelines is. And I know this because I've done it. Once you figure this out, Aries, you'll start to realize very quickly that we're all time travelers. We can actually travel time by jumping into other realities, other timelines. But the key to accessing this power is by self-empowering. Don't let anybody take that away from you, Aries. This is representing all of the drama, all of the chaos in your own individual life. You could be dealing with 6 or 7 people. Doesn't have to be. It could be more. It could be less. It's just an energy that is coming for you because it knows that you're getting ready to step into this new timeline. You've had enough, Aries. If they can't figure it out now and do what they need to do to also self-empower, then you need to leave them behind. You need to leave it with God. There is nothing that you can do for them. You need to focus on what you can control right now. What do we have at the third eye, please? Oh. 6 of Swords. There you are. Leaving them behind and leaving it with God. Transitioning on into the new timeline. Some of you may have kids. This could represent kids, your pets for some of you is what I just heard. It just represents what you can control right now. This is a rite of passage, Aries. Make no mistake of that. You just need to keep pushing forward beyond this current pain or whatever this chaos is that you're dealing with, that we're all dealing with. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. All of us are dealing with a version of this energy in our own lives. There's so much fear inside the collective right now. Be aware of what's going on so you know how to move, Aries. But as soon as that fear seeps in and you feel it affecting you, Aries, snap yourself out of it, because that's the lies. That's the illusions. That's the old karmic timeline trying to stop you from cutting cords. However that shows up for you. People, place, things, whatever it is. There's not much you need, Aries. There's not much that you should feel tied to in your own life. You know, Aries, when I went through my struggles during the pandemic and I lost my business, I lost everything I had, I got to the point where I really had nothing. And then I found my way to where I am now, standing in my power and my purpose, and I rebuilt my entire life very quickly. I now have a lot of abundance around me. But when I lost everything, I was blessed with a very, very valuable gift. I was reminded, Aries, that there's actually nothing that I need. Just myself, just my health. I was also empowered with the knowing that I could rebuild no matter what happens to me on my path. I could lose it all 100 times and rebuild 101 times. So I'm at a point in my life where if I had to, I could walk away from everything in a moment's notice. It's very important to hold a similar mindset, not allow the materials, the situations, the circumstances to hold you back. None of that is worth your life. Simply put, Aries, don't allow anything in your life to make you feel tied down. Well, I can't go there because I got to deal with this and that, and you know. This is a mindset for the old timeline. And that is also not an abundant mindset. An abundant mindset is, well, if I lost it all tomorrow, that's okay because I can rebuild again and I can rebuild better. I can get back more. Yes, that's the mindset to have, Aries. Without fear. 6 of Swords at the third eye, able to leave on a moment's notice because you have an abundant mindset and you know that whatever you have to leave behind, you will realign with on the new timeline. What do we have at the crown, please? Wow. 4 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy at the crown. See, I feel like this is representing what you're leaving behind. You're like, come on, we got to get out of here, right? And this energy is like, no, I can't leave it. I can't leave everything behind. And then it's like a storm comes and consumes this person and their life. This is the energy you're leaving behind. It's a poverty mindset. What a card to follow everything I just said. See, when you have a poverty mindset, you're vulnerable to the elements. You're vulnerable to the chaos. You're vulnerable to the material world. You know, this really is a form of rapture in your own individual life. See, the material world holds this devilish energy. That's what the devil card is. It's Capricorn energy. It's the material world, right? So think about it in terms of Lucifer being cast out of heaven and exiled to live in the 3D world, the 3-dimensional density, the material world. So us living here feel trapped by the matrix, by the material world. It's because this devilish energy wants to keep us bound to it. So when you break out of this mindset and you step into this abundant mindset, you're now taking the side of the divine, spirit, crown chakra, right? See, this is interesting because the root chakra, which is the material world, is really put before spirit in our realities. The structures we have around us want us to stay shackled to everything material in our lives, not wanting us to connect with spirit. See, when we navigate our lives from spirit, from our higher selves, essentially, as above, so below, we're able to manifest whatever we want into our lives with ease. The material world becomes secondary. So it's very important that you navigate your life from this higher vantage point, a higher perspective over your life, so you don't find yourself shackled to the material world, your material reality. This is what we're all being tasked with releasing ourselves from now. Could you leave it all behind tomorrow, Aries? Or would you sell out to the material world? Now, I know this is a big idea, but it's just an example of what I'm picking up inside your energy right now. It really just comes down to you deciding on what's truly important. Don't allow this false sense of security in your material possessions to define you or keep you stuck. None of it matters. None of it. There's so much we don't need. We don't even know how resilient we really are until we start to lose everything. I'm also hearing something about fasting. This may be something you need to do. This is also something else that really helps you to understand how resilient you are. We can go for a long time without the need for food. This is just an example of how we can actually make it with nothing. The focus on this whole reading surrounds your resilience, your bravery, your courage. Selling out to the material world is a form of selling your soul, giving up the dream, giving up that true heart's desire, giving up your purpose and your mission to fulfill your destiny for something material. This is a way of the old timeline. This is not going to exist in the new timeline. See, when you break out of that mindset, this is when you find yourself with an overflow of abundance. That is the abundant mindset. And they don't want you to know that, Aries. The structure in place wants you to think that you need them when you don't. They need you to keep that structure functioning. They need you to validate their existence. Period. What do we have at the foundation, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the foundation? Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, Balaam at the foundation of the reading. This is an energy of lacking direction. This is representing shadow Aries energy. This is where they want you. They want you to need them, whether it's an individual in your life, romantic, friend, family, the structure all around us. It's probably going to be a little bit of all of those things, just a whole petri dish to make you feel overwhelmed, to keep you in this very low vibrational negative energy, keep you in a pessimistic energy so they can control you. It's like you're this bear, and this entity represents this energy, the people, the places, the things, whatever it is. This entity will show up in many different circumstances in your life. This also represents people coming onto your path that hold the same spirit. Incubus, succubus kind of energy. Holding you down. It's like you're this powerful beast being controlled by this puny entity. Oh, wow. I was just getting ready to say that there's an emphasis on this entity's nose, right? It just made me think of Pinocchio, right? The lies. And then we get this Queen of Swords energy, which is this is Queen of Swords in its negative polarity. This is the pathological liar of the tarot. Somebody who presents themselves as something they are not. Somebody who paints a pretty picture of what it is they can offer you, but it's a lie. It's a donkey holding up peacock feathers, trying to convince everybody that they're growing out of their back. This person, these people, don't care about your vision, your true heart's desires, Aries. All they know is they need to stop you by any means necessary from going after this. Because you need to understand that you having this success in your life, whatever this means to you, will be very telling on who they really are, because they won't be going with you. It's a form of exposure. It is karma. This is the divine preparing a table for you in front of your enemies. This is what this means. Again, another metaphor. Most, if not everything in the Bible is a metaphor. It's coded. It's a test. There's also an energy here, Aries, where they want you to move in silence. Hermit stacked with this Queen of Swords energy. They want you to get off their radar, so to speak. So I feel that they're speaking about the energy. So don't alert these people to what you're doing. Just do it. I feel like these individuals have tactics in place for every move you make. Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, Zogan at the solar plexus. See, here they come now, trying to disrupt your focus, which is speaking on this Hermit energy at the sacral again, being in your mind right now, not allowing them to know your moves. so you don't have to deal with these projections, this gaslighting. Never allow the devil to see you weak, Aries. I just heard so clearly, no tears. And then we have Belith, which is the Knight of Cups, wastrels and vagabonds. It's like these people just want you to wander from place to place with no direction. They want you to be basically just a good for nothing. This is what they have in mind for you, however that shows up for you. It's just a position they want to put you in so they can control you. This is a very obsessive energy. This is relentless. They don't stop. And then we have Izalel, which is the Page of Pentacles, loyalty, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy at the heart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy with this Knight of Cups in its detriment. Aries, this is an energy of manifestation. You going after this true heart's desire. Remaining loyal to yourself and the divine. And no matter what tactics they come up against you with, you're still just playing your flute. Peaceful, right? In your mind. Chaos around you, and all you care about is learning how to play a little tune on that flute right there. You are the eye of the storm, Aries. Don't forget that. You write the narrative to your life, not these individuals. What do we have at the throat, please? Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, Poyel at the throat. Here you are, Aries, on the new timeline now. Abundant. Balanced. Adapting to this new reality. Says right there, fortune and fame fulfills any request. So it goes along perfectly with what I was saying about not allowing your material possessions or anything outside of you breathing holding you back, because you can rebuild, and you can rebuild better. That basket of fruits is representative of the abundance on the new timeline. It's like you're giving up offerings to your ancestors, and you have your wings. This is all happening because you fought for your life, for your mind, for your soul. You didn't sell yourself out and give up your power, Aries, which is what this is all about. They want your power. And as an Aries, that power is your most important asset. What do we have? The third eye, please. Hangman, Nichael. The only God. Desire for knowledge. Protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. Really says it all, Aries. This is you letting go of this previous timeline. Seeing things from this higher perspective, this universal vantage point, as a means to navigate your reality and step into this new timeline. You go from the hangman in its negative polarity to the hangman in its positive polarity. Removing yourself from this energy of suspension and restriction. Not allowing yourself to become a sacrifice. Three of Swords, Libra energy at the crown to close out the reading. The quickly forgiving God. Love and submission. Cures illness, influences paternal love, gives long life. And this is you now on the new timeline. Closing out this old cycle. Putting this boulder over it and driving your sword through it. Healing and recovering from this sorrow and this pain. Forgiving yourself for having put up with this as long as you did. That's what forgiveness is. It's something that we do from within. You know, a lot of the times we'll deal with this sort of chaos and destruction in our lives before we see the truth. So we have to forgive ourselves for not waking up to it sooner. That's what forgiveness is. It's peace you find from within yourself. And another way of thinking about forgiveness, Aries, is by thinking of yourself like this lovers right here. It's like we have your three-dimensional self and your higher self coming into calibration. This energy right here is the divine. It's the connective energy of you coming into union with yourself. You steering the ship that is you from your higher vibrational timeline. So you're forgiving your three-dimensional self from the higher density. You know, we live inside a reality that doesn't want us to align with our higher self. So when we finally do align with our higher self, otherwise known as ascending, waking up spiritually, we have to forgive ourselves to come into perfect alignment and union with who we really are. And that is also a form of shadow work. And it's a part of all of our paths, Aries. It's all a test. Aries, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Aries. Take care.